When you're working with PowerShell 7 or any version of PowerShell, it's important to be able to tell some things apart, like ones and L's, and the back tick and the forward tick, which is also the single quote mark or apostrophe. And it's hard to tell sometimes in the interface the difference between them. So we want to make sure we set a font that is better at showing us the differences. And that's particularly important, by the way, in our textbook. We're using Learn PowerShell in a Month of Lunches. This is edition 4 that we're using right now. So anyway, let me show you how to set a font that will show a little bit better those very subtle differences between characters. I'm going to go down to Settings here. And inside Settings, I'm going to open up this JSON file. And by the way, the first time you do that, it may ask you what program you want to open it in. And if that happens, choose Notepad. So this is Notepad right here. I'm just going to go down a little ways down here until I start seeing these 4 sections here. And you'll see that they have name in them. Name Command Prompt, name Windows Terminal Azure, and name PowerShell. I want the one that says PowerShell. I don't want the one that says Windows PowerShell. I want to make sure that I'm on the one that says PowerShell. All right, at the end of this thing, and by the way, I see I've already done this, so let me undo that so we can show it. It's going to look like this. So the first thing you want to do is at the end of whatever the last line is here, you want to make sure that you put a comma. Without that comma, you're going to get an error message. So make sure you put that comma, and then you'll press enter and go to the next line. I'm just going to tab over here somewhere close to this. It doesn't have to be exact. And now I'm just going to type in quotes, font, F-O-N-T, with a small f and then a capital face, font face, and close the quote like that. The same way you see up here, source, name, hidden, and so on. And then I'm going to put a colon, just like we have up in these. And then I'll just put a space there. And now I want to put which font I want. And I want Lucida Console. That's L-U-C-I-D-A space C-O-N-S-O-L-E. Now, I don't know if capitalization matters in this thing, but I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I capitalize it. Close the quote there, so we have the comma. That's very important. And then in quotes, font face, and then a colon, and then a space, and over here in quotes, Lucida Console, with a space in between those two words. L-U-C-I-D-A. C-O-N-S-O-L-E. And that's it. That's all you need to do. I'm just going to go up to File, Save, and then I can close this thing, and it's done. Now when I type in Windows PowerShell, by the way, here's the back tick, and here's the forward tick, and you can see that they look very, very different. So that's how you can set up a different font in Windows Terminal.